Williamsport, Pennsylvania, August
Capital of the world.
2011. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Hello? Good morning, sir. This is Linda from the front desk. I just wanted to give you your 5:30 a.m. wake-up call. Just wanted to confirm that you placed an order underneath your door last night. Yes. Your order consisted of a Super Slam breakfast that's 3 eggs scrambled with double bacon and double French toast. Is that correct? Yes. You also ordered a French toast with extra brownies on top. Is that correct? Yes. So I just wanted to inform you that we do not deliver our room service until 6:30 a.m. What are you talking about? See, when you struggle with food addiction, things hit you a little bit hard. You know, I wasn't always fat when I was growing up. August 2011 was a little different than any other day. I remember things started to change when birthdays started to equal buffets. I remember things started to change when I used to play soccer and basketball and baseball with all the other kids. And then suddenly I went to bowling. You know what the appeal of bowling was? It's the only sport where it's acceptable to eat during league play. I remember one time going in and Miss Linda, also named Linda, who worked behind the snack bar, informed me that the cheese was not yet hot enough for the nachos. I told her that was unacceptable, and I was calling the commissioner of the league. Because at this point, I was about 10, and my idea of weight management was taking a Phillips screwdriver and putting another notch in that belt so I can make it out the door in the day. And I remember when all my friends would gather around in the afternoon and we'd talk after school, and they said, "Kyle, have you been with any girls? Have you felt any breasts?" And I said, "I have. My own." And I remember when finally I had my first job and we'd order lunch together. And I would now have to justify to everybody why it was completely acceptable for me to order a cheesesteak pizza. And then I would tell them, "Listen, you're going to eat cheesesteak and a pizza separately. Why don't we combine the two? That's all that matters." And then when I go home at night, everybody needs a little lullaby to fall asleep. And we remember those old televisions, the LCDs, that just weren't as good as today's, LEDs. And that's why, for the next 10 years, my parents had the Food Network logo entrenched right in that bottom right-hand corner. I'll never forget the day my mom passed away. Because that is the same day I ate a deep-fried brisket wrap. Exactly, that's disgusting. And that's the way these things stay in your mind when you're addicted to food. You know, as I got older, I went to high school and I decided, it was time for me to make a difference. And I wanted to run for student council. So I started the Lunch Improvement Committee. And I ran on a platform of conveyor belt pizza and make your own sandwich bars. And I won. It spoke to the heart. Because that's what I believed. It was okay. Food speaks to the heart. You deserve it. You can eat it. I became a destination eater when I got my license. You would show me a map of the 95 Carter, and immediately my eyes would connect Maine lobster to key lime pie. And maybe a couple stops for peach pie and pork shoulder. What about chili half smokes? We got pit beef in Baltimore. We got cheesesteaks and hoagies and salt pretzels at home. Then we go up, we got pizza in New York and Connecticut. I was obsessed. I lived every moment thinking about my next meal. You know this whole food truck craze we have now? I want to show you my 1997 Mercury Mountaineer. That, my friends, was a food truck. But eventually, I grew up, and things changed. And I became 21. And you know what 21 meant? You could go out to a bar at night, and there's beautiful ladies all around. You have some drinks. Everybody's dressed nicely. And the kitchen closes at 1 a.m., and you can have one more dinner. And then I remember when I finally started my profession, and I remember it was a snowing blizzard. They told everyone it's an emergency, stay off the road. But I had to drive because I needed my breakfast. I needed my donut, I needed my sandwich, and I needed my coffee with extra cream and extra sugar. And I went there, and then I got to my office and I looked out the window and it got worse. And it was time to leave, but I wanted Chinese food. I went through every menu I owned at my office. No one was open. But you know what? The mall was open. And I went to the mall. I was the only one. I ordered Chinese food, and I sat there and I shoveled it in my face. And right then, as I saw the tumbleweeds blowing, behind there was a security guard. He said, "Sir, the governor declared a state of emergency. It's time for you to go." And that was my wake-up call.